Sports Minutes with Ziaul Raushan.
Money FM 89.3. It's time for Sports Minutes with me, Ziaul Raushan. Now, when you think of the Women's Premier League in Singapore, inevitably you're likely to think of the Lion City Sailors, and understandably so, as they are three-time reigning league champions. But lo and behold, at the recently concluded season-ending awards ceremony, it was two members of Geylang International's women's team that won individual accolades. Ratna Suffian was crowned Coach of the Year for the 2024 season, while Farah Nurzahirah was named Young Player of the Year. Not entirely surprising, considering both Coach Ratna and Farah played pivotal roles in securing the Eagles a third-place finish in the 2024 season. And ahead of the brand new campaign that kicks off on the 1st of March, I sat down with the two of them to find out more. Coach Ratna and Farah, welcome to the show. How are you doing? Coach, we start with you.
Thank you for having us, Roshan. Definitely excited for the upcoming league. We are raring to go. We have made a lot of preparation and we are just looking forward to the league. Yeah.
I can't wait to find out what Geylang International women's team has in store for the league this year. Speaking of team, Farah, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us.
Good to have the both of you with us. Coach, we'll start with you. Firstly, huge congratulations on being named 2024 WPL Coach of the Year. How proud are you of that achievement?
Well, definitely it's an honor to receive that award. Acknowledgement from my peers that I'm doing something right. Also, I just like to highlight that I don't think I deserve this award alone. I have a team which works behind the team. I have my two so-called the wise men, I call it, my assistant coach and my goalkeeper coach. They are the one who always giving me inputs, analysing game. So shout out to Coach Shahul and Coach Din. And also tremendous support from the Geylang management itself and the Ultra Eagles coming down to support our team and everything has been great and it was a very exciting season last season.
I wish they gave out an award for humility because clearly you're a very humble man. Thank you so much for saying that. I should have brought my sunglasses because I'm in the company of two award winners. Farah, you helped yourself to WPL Young Player of the Year for 2024. You must be delighted. What was the reaction from family and friends?
Yes, I am. My friends and my family are very, very proud of me. They are also very excited. Honestly, I didn't expect to, get the goals, get the awards, but from the support from my family and friends, I think they are motivating me to do better.
Yeah, I'm confident it's just the start for you, right? This long career you can have representing Geylang International, hopefully, as well as Team Singapore. Coach, a top 3 finish in your first season with the Eagles. Wasn't easy when you started because I believe you had back-to-back defeats at the start, right? What was the turning point in 2024 and how did your team turn and then go stronger and stronger and stronger?
Well, the turning point definitely was when we played against Tanjung Pagar after back-to-back defeat. I always know that I have the quality players in my team. I trust the process. I believe in them. I saw the sparks in Tanjung Pagar game. I see people coming out of their shadow themselves to go beyond what they usually do. And I know that I have a team that is ready to play against anybody. So right then, after the game and we win, we keep on winning and stuff, and then it instills sense of belief. And you see player growing, the key is unity. I have a great atmosphere in the team. Everybody's fighting for each other. I never once have to go and settle any quarrels and stuff. The dressing room atmosphere is absolutely fantastic. So all these are a recipe for a good team.
Talk about recipe for the good team. It seems like you cooked quite a nice dinner for everybody in terms of that third place finish. Coach spoke about the sparks in the team, right? You were one of the sparks in the team. 16 goals, again, as such a young player doing that is amazing, right? How much did the coach here help you achieve what you did last year?
To me, he's always been there for us. He's always pushing us, Every training, he keeps on pushing. He keeps on trying to make us better in everything. So I think he's one of the best coach I've played under. So I think I'm really thankful for him.
And talk to me about your teammates because you score 16 goals. Yes, it's all on you to finish. But your teammates provide you the ammunition to go out there. They must be integral to how much you achieve.
My teammates have been there for me ever since the start of the season. They always push me to become better. They always, support me in every way. On and off the field, they're always there for me. So I'm really thankful for that.
I can imagine how much that support system helped you as well. Coach, it's time to address the elephant in the room, and that's the Lion City Sailors. 3-time champions, so understandably, they dominate the headlines. But From your perspective, is there a bit of a siege mentality where there's a bit of extra when you play them, that onus to try and go and beat them is a bit more for you?
Definitely. You see, LCS have created themselves to be the invisibles, and they are undefeated for past 2 seasons. And all credit to them. They have a good structure. They have good coaches. Sen was with them past 2 seasons. And then we have a young coach, Daniel Ong, which did incredibly well as well. And you see a lot of more younger coaches coming up, Coach Jeremy. So with LCS, I just want to be the first team to beat them and create history, because Albirex came close, but they didn't manage to do it. And I always inspire the team that if there's one team that can beat LCS, it could be us, and why not? And from day one, we keep on installing that, okay, we're going to be the first team to beat LCS. And no matter what is it, no matter what we ended at the end of the season, we want to be the first team to beat LCS. And I think slowly players believe that, okay, when the crunch time come, we want to do it. And amazingly enough, I saw the best game they played was against LCS, and everybody just dig deep, and they just give everything out, and they were even tears after the game that, hey, this is LCS, and it is a good model for everyone to follow. Don't get me wrong, it's a good envy. It's a structure that I think every club should at least emulate, and they are doing well. But unfortunately, everybody who did well, we want to topple them off. That's football. That's just football.
Yeah, as a Manchester United fan, I completely understand what you mean. You talk about the resources that the Lion City have, right? Fair play, they use their resources well and they achieve what they do. You talk about the satisfaction that came with beating them earlier in the season, in fact delivering their first defeat to end that long unbeaten streak. How do you then plan to close the gap this season?
We beat LCS, top of the league, but we didn't manage to beat the likes of Hougang and Albirex. I think we beat pretty much everybody else. Or maybe Arion, so we drew twice with them. So this season, I think we should aim further, not only LCS. We have to beat the likes of Hougang, Arion, and Albirex as well. And Albirex this year, I think, as usual, they will have a formidable team. Kana is still there. She is still pretty much she's playing her beautiful football with the players around her and stuff. So that is another challenge, to keep up with what we did last year and to add more. Definitely looking forward to meet these few big clubs, like big 3, big 4, you call it.
Farah, coming to you for the player perspective, we heard from Coach about the Sailors and how much he wants to beat the team, but also how much he wants you girls to go out there and do well. From a player's perspective, do you give a bit extra when you play against someone as big as the Lion City Sailors?
I think it has always been a challenge for us because they are physically way better. And think for fitness-wise, they are also way better. But I think that doesn't stop us from doing what we can, and that doesn't mean like we have to stop fighting for what we can do. So I think we're preparing well for it.
I can't wait to see Geylang International bring the fight in 2025. Speaking of that, Coach, give me some team news, give me some latest updates in terms of squad.
Well, there are some movement, definitely. We have some players who left to seek more playing time, which is understandable. That's football. And I always wish all my players the best, and I wish that they have more playing time. In that way, we will improve as a whole league. We also have new faces that's coming in. Some from Arion, Saranya and Umaira to strengthen the team. Sabrina from Rovers, and few other unknowns which hopefully will spring up a surprise and work their magic in the league. So I'm pretty much banging on the players from last season to maintain the balance, and also exciting new players that's coming in. So it's going to be exciting, definitely. Yeah.
Listeners, I hope you haven't made plans this weekend because the league kicks off and the girls could really use your support. Farah, coming to you, how have you prepared for the 2025 season? Because maybe last season you were a bit of an unknown, but since then you've scored 16 goals. So do you expect to be a bit more heavily marked when you play this year?
I think I myself have been working really hard. I think coach has been doing a lot of drills that will be important in the game. So yeah, I think we've all been working hard, and hopefully I'm not heavily marked in the season. So yeah.
Somehow I suspect it's not going to be the case, but I'm sure you have all the tools required to fight that challenge and continue your exploits in front of goal. Coach, for the next question, I want to rewind the clock slightly and talk about when you arrived at Geylang International. When you took on the team, they finished bottom, but last season you pushed on to finish in the top 3. That is some achievement, but why did you decide to come to the bottom club and take on that challenge?
I always like the underdog story that, you can persevere and be resilient and come up tops. So it is also a personal challenge to me. It wasn't easy because the earlier part of coming into Geylang, there were so many obstacles, so many challenges. I have to go up and down to the management office with Geylang to convince that I have a team, I can do this, and it takes a bit of convincing. Of course, resources also plays a part. We are not one of the richest club in terms of distribution to women's football. I wish there's more being done to it. But putting money aside, I always believed of the players that I have, and I'm thankful that I have a group of players that is very passionate and wanted to make a difference. So the likes of Farah, which I have worked with her during in school, I'm blessed to have been working with players when they're in school and also at the club level. There's Farah, there's Wada, there's Wan, who was my previous student. Also senior players like Miza and Mas, who were much senior, and they were my first batch of students, and now they are the older players that in the team. So with this kind of passionate individuals and stuff, I think why not just let's do it, let's prove that we can come up with something, and I am glad to have taken up that role because every single time I want to give up and stuff, they have always proved me wrong that no, coach, this is not your time to give up. They have spilled their blood, their tears in the field. The least I could do is just being there for them, fight for them, and try everything I could to provide for them. Yeah.
Coach, it's amazing how much passion comes through when you speak of your team and players, and I'm thinking that's a big reason why you achieved what you did last year in the way of a 3rd place finish. It's one thing getting the opportunity, it's another thing seizing the opportunity, and then it's another thing building on the opportunity. So you've done that, you've secured the opportunity, you finished 3rd to show them what you can do. What's the targets for 2025?
I've always told, when I came in, I told them I have a 3-year plan, and the first year of the plan, we came in 3rd. So I'm still looking for a top 3 finish in the league. That is a wonderful podium finish to end the league with. And you never know, this time round, everybody is building up the squad, everybody is gunning after each other. LCS is no longer so-called invisible. No pun intended, but I've always respected them. But they are the one that we always want to defeat. Now Salberex, and it could go either way. We could go finish better than 3rd. We can only try our best and see what the season reveals to us. Yeah.
And that's why I can't wait for the WPL season to get underway. Farah, coming to you, it's unlikely that a player scores 16 goals and there's no interest. There's no people looking on thinking, hey, this girl could do a job for me in my team. Was there interest in your services in the off-season in terms of joining another team?
Yes, there is, but I decided to stay because Geylang is like my second home. They've always been there for me. They on and off the pitch, they are really nice. The coaches are nice, the teammates are nice, the management is also nice. So yeah, I just want to give back what they've given me. So I stayed.
And I think the Ultras Eagles are going to be pleased that you stayed, as well as Coach Ratna, who has a big smile on his face. Coach, we've spoken about what your ambitions are for 2025. Look a bit beyond that for me and tell me, what are some of your career ambitions? I know you have a full-time job. Maybe this is sort of a part-time gig, but I'm sure it takes up most of your time. What are your further ambitions?
Well, in all honesty, if I look long-term, or if I can be blunt, I've worked with the national setup, under 19, assistant coach for the national team, even the interim coach when Coach Stefan left for a bit. And if I can be blunt, one day, hopefully, I hope to be the national coach for the women's team when I'm ready, when I'm qualified, and when times are right. So that is my ultimate long-term goal. So you never know. Yeah.
No, I appreciate you being as honest as you have been. I'll be honest and say I think it's not just the Geylang women's team coach who should be taking on the national team role. I'll go one step further and I say your men's team coach should be there, or in the conversation at least, but that's a separate podcast altogether. Farah, similar sort of question for you. Where do you want to be in 5 years, in 10 years?
Hopefully, I will still be playing football because I think without football, I'm not near where I am right now.
Yeah, if I can add, I think Farah definitely will be one of the main players for national team. She has what it takes, mentality-wise. She's growing mature. She's getting stronger. I've seen her growing from when she was a bit younger, 1-2 years ago, and now the mentality. She tried to improve herself together with some other of her teammates. I can name one, Wada, and sometimes some other girls will come in. Coach, can I open the gym? Can you open the gym? Can you work out before the training? So these are things that it's pleasant for me. I'm very proud. I would say that they're trying to take care of themselves and trying to be better, trying to prepare themselves for the season and stuff. So with this kind of mentality, and she works hard enough, I foresee that she could even play overseas somewhere, not only Singapore,
Wow, no pressure at all, Farah. I'm sure you're going to go out and achieve great things. Both of you have been incredibly candid, incredibly honest in terms of Geylang International, in terms of your personal ambitions. Let's shift the conversation slightly to WPL as a whole, right? The Women's Premier League as a whole. Coach, perhaps you can tell me what are some challenges you faced with the league as a whole, not particularly to do with your club?
Well, definitely one of them is we could play in a better field. Yeah, I know challenges are there. We are not a big country with a lot of facilities, but I think priorities can be made for women's football, especially. It has been shown past couple of years we have grown. First 2 seasons we have a lot of hiccups with the field and stuff and whatnot. And the interest in women's football is ever increasing. People are getting glued to watching what's the next player, what's the next big thing, what's the next team to play. And I think resources-wise, more could be allocated to the women's football. I'm not saying that nothing is being done. It's difficult, but it could be something to work on. That is one of the challenges. The field that we train on, also sometimes we have to some clubs have to be actually trained at school field sometimes. Now with the Unleash the Raw, they are training at stadiums and stuff, which is good, and it should be continuity. It shouldn't be a one-off thingy, and we are so much better than the first 2 seasons. Next, I'm going to be blunt also. I'm going to say monetary wise, so I think more can be invested. And again, I always repeat this: if we invest right in the women's football, they could do better. They could reach our goals faster than the men's team. No disrespect to the men's team. Our path are clearer. Our path are we could compete with the best in Southeast Asia. Okay, in time, if resources are channeled right.
Coach, I think the listeners are going to absolutely appreciate how honest you've been. It is an election year. I'm not just talking about the general elections. There could be change. I mean, I think the listeners, me, all of you, would hope for the same change. Farah, I'd like you to chime in here from a player's perspective. What more do you want to see done for not just the women's league, but women's football in Singapore?
We would like to have more recognition, more support so that the women's football can grow. And also, like he said, the field, I think it would be better for us if we can get a better pitch to play on.
You talk about wanting more recognition. How much do you want fans to sit up and take notice of women footballers like yourself?
We would like to have more fans coming down, more parents, more family, more friends coming down to watch us.
All right, fantastic. I've been speaking to the reigning coach of the year, Ratna, who is preparing for Geylang International's Women's Premier League season. I've also been speaking to the young player of the year, Farah. Both of you, thank you so much for your time and all the very best for the season ahead.
Thank you so much, Raushan.
Thank you for having us.
Sports Minutes on Money FM 89.3.